Who is more powerful, Odin or Zeus? Most people answer Zeus without hesitation. He has the lightning, he has Olympus, he has never been overthrown. On any obvious scale, Zeus wins. But there's a deeper question. Which god is greater? And greatness is not the same thing as power. Greatness is measured in choices, in sacrifices, in what a god is willing to give up to become more than he was. This isn't a story about who would win in a fight. This is a story about what it means to be worthy of worship, about what it means to look at eternity and choose wisdom over comfort, knowledge over ease, truth over victory. Tonight, we put them on a scale, 6 measures, 1 verdict, and the verdict is not the one you expect, because in the end, one of them stands taller. Not because he cannot fall, but because he chose to. Begin with Zeus, king of gods and men. He overthrew his father, Kronos. He claimed the sky as his dominion. He rules from Olympus, and his word is law. The thunder answers to him. The rain falls at his command. He has sired heroes and demigods across the mortal world, and his reach extends into every corner of the Greek cosmos. But for all his power, Zeus has never changed. He was violent when he took the throne. He is violent still. He has never sought wisdom he did not already possess. He has never sacrificed for knowledge. He rules because he won, and he keeps ruling because no one can unseat him. His strength is absolute, but it is also the only thing he has. Now, Odin. Odin is different. He did not take power and rest. He won his throne and then began searching for wisdom, for runes, for secrets that even gods do not know. He went to Mimir's well, the well of knowledge, beneath the roots of Yggdrasil, and asked to drink. The price was his eye. He paid it. He plucked it out himself and dropped it into the dark water and drank deep. That is who Odin is. A god who looked at eternity and chose to see farther, even if it cost him half his sight. That is the first measure. Sacrifice. Zeus has never given up anything he valued. Odin gave up his eye for wisdom, hung himself on the world tree for 9 days and 9 nights to learn the runes, wandered the world as a beggar to understand suffering. He is a god who makes himself lesser to become greater. That is not power, that is greatness. If this is landing for you, a quiet like helps the algorithm find more minds like yours. That's the only ask. 5 more measures to weigh. The second measure, fate. Both gods know their futures. Zeus knows he will rule forever. The prophecy that he might be overthrown by a son, he crushed by swallowing his pregnant wife, Metis. He bent fate to his will. He refuses to let it touch him. Odin knows he will die. At Ragnarok, the wolf Fenrir will swallow him whole. He has seen it. He knows the day, the hour, the taste of it. And he does not run. He does not bend fate. He accepts it. He prepares for it. He gathers the greatest warriors to Valhalla, knowing they will fight beside him and fall beside him when the end comes. Zeus fights fate and wins. Odin accepts fate and becomes worthy of it. One is the act of a king who cannot imagine losing. The other is the act of a god who has imagined his death and chosen to meet it with open eyes. The third measure, knowledge. Zeus knows what a king needs to know, his enemies, his allies, his subjects. He knows enough to rule. Odin knows everything. He sends his ravens, Hugin and Munin, thought and memory, across the 9 realms every dawn. They return at dusk and whisper in his ears. He knows the sorrows of men, the schemes of giants, the movements of worlds, and he does not gather knowledge to control. He gathers it to understand, and understanding is a burden Zeus has never carried. To know suffering is to feel it. To know loss is to grieve. Odin carries the weight of every story his ravens bring him. Zeus does not care what his subjects feel, only that they obey. That is the difference. Zeus has information, Odin has wisdom, and wisdom is knowing that some things cannot be solved with lightning. The fourth measure, legacy. What does each god leave behind? Zeus leaves Olympus. He leaves temples, statues, hymns of praise. He leaves children, dozens of them, scattered across the mortal world like seeds. Some are heroes, some are monsters. He does not raise them. He does not guide them. He simply fathers them and moves on. His legacy is abundance without care, power without responsibility. The Greeks worshipped him because they feared him, because he was strong and they were not. But they did not love him. Not truly. They loved the idea of him. the perfect king, the untouchable god. But the man, if you can call him that, was cruel and petty and vain. Odin leaves something different. He leaves the runes. He leaves poetry, strategy, the gift of inspiration to those who seek it. He walks among men disguised as a wanderer and tests them, teaches them, challenges them to be better. His legacy is not in temples, but in the hearts of those who strive. The Norse did not worship Odin because he was safe. They worshipped him because he embodied the struggle, the search for meaning in a world that ends, the refusal to go gently. He taught them that wisdom is worth pain, that death is not the end of honor, that a life lived with courage and curiosity is worth more than 1,000 years of empty comfort. And when Asgard falls, when Ragnarok comes and the fires consume the golden halls, Odin's legacy will remain because he planted it in people, not in stone. The fifth measure, humility. Zeus has none. He is the king, and he never lets anyone forget it. He does not kneel. He does not ask. He takes. He demands. He punishes those who question him, who challenge him, who dare to think themselves his equal. He bound Prometheus to a rock for giving fire to humanity. He cast his own son Hephaestus from Olympus for being ugly. He drowned the world in a flood because men displeased him. His pride is limitless, and it makes him small. Odin, by contrast, knows smallness. He has been a beggar, a wanderer, a prisoner, a fool. He has disguised himself as an old man and sat by mortal fires listening. He has let himself be mocked, ignored, turned away, not because he had to, because he wanted to understand what it felt like. A god who makes himself small is greater than a god who never stops reminding you how large he is. The sixth measure, the hardest, purpose. Why does each god do what he does? Zeus rules. Because he won. That is his purpose, to remain king, to remain undefeated. Everything he does serves that goal. Every alliance, every punishment, every child. He is a god of maintenance. He keeps the wheel turning, because stopping would mean admitting something could change. Odin's purpose is different. He seeks. He does not know what he is looking for, not entirely, but he keeps searching. He knows Ragnarok is coming. He knows he will die, and still, he climbs Yggdrasil. Still he drinks from poisoned wells. Still he sends his ravens out into the void, because the search itself is the point. The refusal to accept that this, here, now, is all there is. Zeus looks at eternity and sees a throne. Odin looks at eternity and sees a question. And the god who asks questions, who seeks answers even when they hurt, is greater than the god who believes he already has them all. So who is the greater god? Not the stronger, not the one who survives. The greater god is the one who chose to be more than what he was given. Zeus was born powerful and remained powerful. He never grew. He never changed. He is the same God at the end of time that he was at the beginning. Perfect, unchanging, empty. Odin was born powerful and chose to become wise. He gave up his eye. He gave up his comfort. He gave up the illusion of immortality and stared into the face of his own death. And in doing so, he became something Zeus will never be. He became worthy, not of worship, not of fear, but of respect. The kind of respect you give to someone who has walked a hard road and kept walking. Greatness is not avoiding the fall. Greatness is knowing the fall is coming and meeting it on your feet. That is Odin, and that is why in the end he is greater.